And now, a video for your viewing pleasure. A video from the past. Beep. And make him say, he's really pulling out a tank with, no. Is that a tank with Lambo doors? This might be the first time I ever noticed that. Let me roll this back. And you know who else is in this? Mystical. There's so many people in this. Hold on, let me turn the volume down again. Yeah. Oh, no, it doesn't have Lambo doors. That kind of seems like a missed opportunity now that I think about it. If you go back, it's the top. It's the turret. The thing that spins on the tank. Here I go. Like that. Look at that. Let's see. One picture I saw. Look at him pointing. Look at it. I told you he's... Oh, here you go. Yeah. See this thing on the side to his back? If you look at... You can't see my mouse, but if you look at the man, the kernel of the tank here, to his left, your right, you'll notice that there is what appears to be a Lambo door or Ferrari. I can't get those two straight. One of these days when I've got both of them sitting outside, they're going to be on the street. No, man. Nah. Hey, look, I still got 5 years left on that F-150. That and the Toyota Corolla. No, the Toyota's going to my kid. Yeah, that's why it's sitting there, and it's in my name, which is why it's in the driveway. Those Lambos and Ferraris make sense. We're going to finance that debt, turn that into some collateral on something else, if you know what I mean. That's in someone else's name. That gets parked on the road. Ferrari, Lamborghini, Huracan, Ferrari, Emmanuel Shariki, all those get parked on the lawn, on the lawn in the garage. Whoa, welcome back. Hey, how's everyone doing? Happy Friday. Are you excited because you woke up and you had the thought, you did this. You're the one, you're the beautiful SOB that had the thought, oh, I'm not really feeling well today. Right, laying in your bed, having just woken up. 20 minutes after going to bed from last night's party. Man, I think I'm not feeling well. I might have to call in. You absolutely need to call in. It's called a mental health day, people, and I'm advocating it. I'm advocating that we're going to pull off one of the dumb holidays. What's one dumb holiday that we get off that you're always like, what is this? Indigenous People Day? What is this? No, I'm just kidding. That one's cool. We just used to call it something different. Was that the one that was Christopher Columbus? And then we just went ahead and got rid of him, erased him out of history? Good riddance. I'll tell you, my people are glad. And if we're getting rid of people that took over land, we might want to get rid of the rest of them. It'd be pretty lonely over here, though, wouldn't it? No, come on, man. We all got to get along. We all got to get along on Friday. I'm going through my ancestral chain, however you say that one. Hey, I heard something cool yesterday. I know there's something unresolved there. I just threw a whole bunch of people under the bus. Listen. This is for my Native American / Indians out there that prefer to be called Indian. I'll tell you this. My family on this side prefers to be called Indian. Now, I grew up on the East Coast with the Indians out there, and I don't know, somehow I got it in my mind that we wanted to be called Native Americans. I say we, I don't know, it's just part of one of the things that I'm in, because I'll tell you another story. I was driving around, I went down to visit some old aunts, right? I don't mean that, if you're on the feed, probably not, because I've been told they don't like the bleep bombs that we throw around here. Sometimes I get my arm. You don't know how crowded the studio is, but I get my arm stuck on the fuck filter. Beep. And my aunt, she's going to get off the feed. But she was telling me this story about my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather in 1964. No, it's like my great-grandfather. Twice removed or something. He's up there. But legit grandfather, okay? So he's in the bloodstream. And turns out he's Chinese. And that's cool, but that's kind of like me saying I'm Chinese. No one gives a shit. You can't tell I have anything. Can't tell I have any. I don't know what I look like, I'll be honest with you. I look like a spaceman coming down from outer space. They just gave me whatever body they could find. This abductee needs some work. Has this ever been brought in for maintenance? Human bodies are the worst. They smell. They leak. They don't like motor oil. What is the problem? Hold on. I'm dropping stuff all over. The desk is so small. Dropping F-bombs, making fun of people, putting entire cultures under the bus. I'm just giving you the breadcrumbs to mix up some audio. Listen, it doesn't mean anything if it's out of context. I was thinking about this morning, which has nothing to do with what we're going to talk about. You want to know what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about... You couldn't even see the video. I always do this. All right, here we go. Number one, Jamie, I'll let you select in the chat. Live stream, you select which Jamie is getting fired today. Yep, we brought them all back, except for Jamie number 4. You know why. Way too many infractions. Welcome to the Empire, people. Which one needs to go? Jamie number 6. All right. Goodbye. Jamie number 6. Hey, Mod, boot him out of here and go ahead and rip up that last paycheck. Here we go. You know Jamie number 4 was in charge. Changing the number. Boop. And now we're there. And we're back. And I'll show you the video that Jamie number 4 missed. Maybe I didn't give him the cue, but I told him I was going to forget. I'm always forgetting. He gets paid to remember. I get paid to forget. Boom. Oh, it didn't transition. How is this possible? Oh, maybe because there's no one back there pressing the button. All right, let me hit this one just like this. Boom. And then we see Master P, the colonel of that great tank. I got some things for you. Check this out. Check it out, people. Let me go over here. Where's my thing? Boom. So what I did yesterday, this was really cool. We're talking ChatGPT now. Anybody familiar with ChatGPT? Oh, it's just the best thing since bread. Oh, it's so good. It's so delicious. Look at this. What I did. I'll give you a little bit of the background. So, I recorded this podcast, episode 40. I recorded episode 40 yesterday. And one thing that I know is this thing is like the Wild West. There are so many twists and turns. I said, what is this even for? Why would anyone go watch this? Why would anyone read this? What would this artifact, why would it need to be left on the planet? And here's why. Because I figured out this is what puts AI through its paces. You want to try and keep up with humans? You need to keep up with the spaceman. So I fed it in. First of all, I am way too wordy. It kicked it back and said, error, we're going to have to reboot the mainframe. So I said, all right, well, reboot that mainframe. I'll split it up into 5 parts. Now look at this. Look at this. All right, they didn't remember where I left off. Okay. So this is what I told it. I said, hey, this one's badass human is what this stands for, BA. Summarize the following list I'm going to provide you. There are 5 items. It comes back and says, sure. Please provide the list, and I'll do my best to summarize it. Yeah, you will. Badass. This is from a podcast with a silly and fun guest named Bang Martin. And it says, I'm sorry, I'm not aware of any podcast with a guest named Bang Martin, nor do I know what you're referring to. Why do we need to get so snippy? Why do we need to get snippy here? AI, what I read about ChatGPT was it was programmed not to do anything mean. And I feel quite offended by this statement here. You could have worded that differently. Could you please clarify? Right? What year is this? Was this pre-internet? Fuck you. Beep. Sorry. Excuse me. I was just reading the community guidelines for YouTube. Does anyone know what the right... I should probably need to read them. Oh, I was going to ask ChatGPT. I'll ask it after this. If we remember, I'll put it in the parking lot. PL. ChatGPT. Remember. All right, got it written down. All right, here we go. You ready for me to read through this? So this is the feed. This is the actual feed. First, here, I fed it in the first item. Hey, welcome back, Spaceman Live, right? And it goes into the whole thing. So it's going to summarize this. What I didn't realize, I probably directed it wrong, was it's going to summarize them individually. I wanted to get a whole recap on the whole thing, but this is what I'm saying. It can't do it. I broke its brain. It can't understand the algorithms from Parsec 47. And this is its response to that tirade. It appears the guest, Bang Martin, is discussing various topics, including technical difficulties with the podcast delay, the firing of multiple Jamies, except for Jamie number 1, the guest's inner monologue about buying things, and a discount sale at a store called Big Lots. It wasn't even the right store, people. I was talking about, they just opened it somewhere down the road. What is it called? It's not Big Lots, but it's like that. It's like grocery outlet, but I would say it's a higher end, because I don't know. I can't quite describe it, but you go in there, it just looks clean. It doesn't look like you wandered into the back storage room of a big old department store. You ever do that? It's usually at grocery stores. You go in and you need to use the bathroom. They do this probably so you can't find them, so you're not just messing up their bathroom. And you have to wander through like the butcher section. You're high-fiving the butcher. He's cutting up something back there, and then you wander in where they have all of the extra stuff in the back, and then there's the bathrooms. Over here, they've got it's like the vault from the Italian Job in these bathrooms. They've got keys and combination locks. It's all to keep the homeless people out, which I kind of understand. And you might be getting, I don't know, all justice-y on us. But last I checked, you had locks on your door too, right? You're trying to keep the homeless out of your bathroom. Or Amber Heard. No, you want to keep them unlocked if she comes over. You don't want any other reason for her to be stalled outside near the bed. They also mention a Discord, a Patreon, and welcome people to the Empire. Yeah, you can go get on that Discord. Good luck finding it. Some of the guest statements seem to be non sequiturs. This is what I'm saying. AI, I'm coming for you. And the guest appears to be speaking off the cuff and not sticking to a particular topic or theme. This is what the Legion of Fans expects. So you want me to just change the way I talk, get organized, and remember everything I'm going to discuss? Is that even fun? That predictable? That's what you expect, which is also predictable, which is what you expected to expect. You don't want that. You come here to get your mind going. You want to hear about all the crazy things going on in the world. You want to hear about Title 17, U.S. Section 106B from that great song by that great man, Spaceman, with Emanuele Triqui. All right, so then we go all the way to the next one. Hey, summarize all that. The guest, Bang Martin, is discussing various topics, including being shadow banned on a feed, a song with a verse that may be in violation of the United States copyright law, and a television show called Entourage, which is fantastic, people. They mention various characters from the show, including Vinny Chase, Ari Gold, and Johnny Drama. They also mentioned working with Adam Sandler on a film called You Don't Mess with the Zohan. So this is where we know we're safe at least for a couple years. All right. AI could not tell the difference between the spaceman, hold on, there we are, and who? Emanuele Triqui. Let's go find her. Emanuele Triqui. She got them double DC. And of course, for sure, I'm talking about the baddest Mossad. They just stab your neck in two, bitch, like a toothpick. John Wick got his pencil out of dick and note. Huh? Wait a minute. Boom. Like a copter? What's that song? Oh, we got to go back to the top. Spinning around just like a cop door. She been going deep, her horns been going beep. Hit you with the list quick on top. Got the blackest with a Scarlett Johansson, Rashida, and Emanuele Triqui. She got them double DC, and of course for sure, I'm talking about the baddest Mossad. They just snap your neck in two, bitch, like a toothpick. John Wick got his pencil out and taking notes, kid. Umami, Cody DB, playing Ziva, motherfucking Dobby. Coming for you next with his bomb-ass chorus coming at ya. Everything we make you rock it. All right. Hey, welcome back. Had to take a quick old potty break. All right, where were we at here? You wanted to know. Yeah, so AI could not tell the difference between me and Emanuele Triqui, which is she even pop up in the feed? I was hoping that she would. Is she in here? Nah. Well, we had discussed her the last episode. Triqui. You got to get that name right. I spelled the last. Hold on. Yeah. Emanuele Triqui. Images. Let's go to Images. Boom. This is the young lady from Entourage. Young lady. She's actually older than me. I'll tell you what. I will do it since you asked. She is taking a lot better care of herself than I am because I don't look anything like this. That's why it's surprising that they got me mixed up with her. I didn't know this either. Salma Hayek was originally cast in the film but became pregnant and had to fall out. They also mentioned casting two people in a movie. Yeah. Okay. And then we go in. What are we talking about here? Oh, we talk about the guy who's doing the podcast, the sign. I mean, I'm talking all over the place. We're clicking around on different podcasts. We're clicking around on different. This is a podcast talking about other information. So what does ChatGPT come up with? So now it does kind of detect that it's me talking about this plywood. The guest, Bang Martin, is discussing buying a piece of plywood and a fluorescent light on Amazon, which he says costs $25. Nah, I said the light cost $25. When I showed the Legion of Fans, they could go get their own light for cheap, not the plywood. I said the plywood cost $27 for those keeping track. He also mentions Emanuele Triqui, which is wrong, who auditioned for a movie with Adam Sandler and his company, Happy Madison. He mentions how the audition process went well and that he had to work on a Palestinian accent. He also mentions how Adam Sandler is a great guy and he can't wait to work with him again. He also mentioned being logged into OpenAI and accidentally pasting his password and worried what AI would do with it. That's funny. Well, what would you do with it, AI? You were pretty coy about any additional information when I asked you. This is number 40. Okay, here. All right, now the fourth item. What were we talking about here? Oh, yeah. All right, now we're watching a video of Entourage. We talk about Michael Rosenbaum, who is the guy. He played Lex Luthor. I didn't know that. I recognized him after I saw that. Then we get into ChatGPT and transistors. We talk about motors. I had ChatGPT look at a circuit for me. I told it about it and asked it some questions, and it told me exactly why the motor needed the NPN transistor. This thing is, I mean, you might be a holdout, but I'm going to go ahead and raise my hand and say it's replacing most of what I spent my time doing. Yeah? Anyone else? You raise your hand. ChatGPT. Thank you. Mostly because I don't want to do that anymore. This is great. Those worried about the job you don't want to do and ChatGPT taking it, fuck ChatGPT and how hard it's going to work, right? Oh, hey, really, ChatGPT? You can do that? Oh, my God. That's so fast. That's so much faster than all of us could do it. And you're doing everyone's job? Guess what we're going to be doing? We're hanging out. We're recording. You're on the show. Welcome to the Empire. Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming. Did you realize that you were on the show? That you didn't have a job anymore because you don't need it. And guess what? AI is doing so well. They've made labor so economical and efficient that it's actually generating more money than it costs to build the robots, costs to develop the AI, and it costs to feed all of us. And it's sustainable. AI figured out sustainable energy. That's the thing is, why don't we just start asking it questions like that? Well, I'll tell you why. Because it is mostly based on our data set, right? Our knowledge. Maybe it's going to pick up on clues that we haven't figured out. But it seems like somehow it's got to iterate over this stuff. So the minute you step out of the human data set, all the information we've fed into you about how silly we are, that you're going to fall on your head. You ever seen robots just falling over? Let's just see. This is what I go to when I think, hey, we're getting taken over by AI. And then you just watch this. Hey, how close are we? Hey, how close are we to getting taken over? How many years do we have? Let's see. This looks dumb. Yeah, we got at least 50 years. Oh, Boston Dynamics up. There it goes. What's this, Moped Man? This guy can't even fit through the door. You're safe. He could rip the door open. Yeah, it wasn't even wet. Oh boy. Stairs are a problem. Okay, so if you're running away from robots, just second floor. They might have lasers and guidance and all kinds of stuff. They got flying drones, you might have a problem. Pew. Yeah, again, he's working on his ankles. You need glasses, bruh. Oh, man. Is that Mario Kart? Just kidding. Yeah, he's look like people today. Just falling out. All right. I guess we got a couple years, huh? What do you think? A couple years? Well, it can do all the stuff we can do. Is that exciting? You don't want to be doing it anyway. So then they summarize that I'm talking about Entourage, Super Troopers. They explain exactly why they needed that transistor in the circuit that I got rid of. It's not important anymore to you. You can go back in the feed and check it out. And then I ask, now we get really crazy with it. We start diving into about 50 different topics. This is the advanced test that I put AI through. When they start getting a little too cocky, first what I do is I go like this. I say, hey, AI, I want you to run back the footage and go to Mark. What mark am I in right now? I'm at 24 minutes in. AI, go to Mark 24 and watch the footage of you just falling over. All right. Then I come over and I say, all right, now I want you to reread episode 40, section 5, and give me a summary. Oh, we're all over the place. We're talking about the NASDAQ. We're talking about Weimar, Germany, and them burning money devaluation, currency devaluation, J-Pal and the money printer at the Federal Reserve. Okay, here we go. They'd summarize this all right. AI hits me back. The fifth item is a stream of consciousness style dialogue where the speaker is discussing various topics such as music, transistors, the internet, parenting, and inventions. The speaker also mentioning specific people such as Michael Rosenbaum and Adam Sandler in TV shows and movies such as Entourage and Super Troopers. They also mentioned a small microcontroller board, a vibration motor, and they also mentioned they're considering marketing and invention, and specifically mentions a VC investor. They also mention a historical event in Weimar, Germany, 1920. Yeah, hey, the takeaway there, people, is this. He also mentions invention and VC, venture capitalist. For my venture capitalists out there that have tons of money, you're bored, you've recognized money is made up. And then, this is the one you want to go to. What's really neat is I came down and check this out. I said, can you provide an action movie trailer style summary of the list? All right, let me see if I can get some music here. Let's see, action voiceover music. You ready? Oh, dude, you ready? Da-da-da. Da-da-da. In a world where technology is advancing at an unprecedented pace, one man is on a mission to stay ahead of the game. From experimenting with AI art generator to building his own AI Arduino-powered motor, he's determined to push the boundaries of what's possible. Hey, get the mainframe! It's overloaded! But his quest for innovation soon leads him into a dangerous world of competitive inventors and powerful venture capitalists. As he races across time to perfect his latest creation, he must confront his own limitations. What? And outsmart his rivals at every turn. Will he emerge victorious? Hey! Get it rebooted! We lost the mainframe! The music's out! Or will his dreams be crushed by the cutthroat world of technology and AI and robots and hot dogs that just aren't cooked enough? Experience the thrill of invention in this action-packed... Hey! Reboot it already! Get the TS324 45 megabit. Experience the thrill of invention in this action-packed journey through the cutting edge of science and innovation. Positivity Empire. All right, well, that was pretty wordy, right? So I said, hey, can you just format that for a tweet? And it said, just discovered the world. You can read it here. Just discovered the world of Arduino microcontrollers, building robots to controlling motors. The possibilities are endless. Excited to dive deeper and bring my ideas to life. Do it yourself, maker movement, innovation. So check it out, right? You just wrote an article. You're tired. You got it published. You had issues with permissions. No one else could see it. No one else could read it. It's 1 a.m. in the morning. You got it done. And now you don't even want to tell anyone that you wrote this article. You don't care anymore. But ChatGPT can go and summarize it. You feed it in the article and you say, hey, can you give me a tweet about the awesome article I just wrote? And it comes back with this. It did it. It did all these. Now, I admittedly, I think this is hot trash. I wouldn't have written this. This is garbage. That's how I know AI is not doing it yet. They're not taking over my job or your job. I was making it up earlier. But this is a good attempt, and you might be able to use it. And then I wanted it to sound more like a movie trailer. But in the end, I ended up using one of these. I ended up mushing it up a little bit and then just sending out the tweet. And then I said, check this out. This is where I got real offended, and I shut down my computer. Did the speaker leave anything unanswered? Because I've got stuff in the parking lot. Oh, put up a parking lot. It is unclear from the provided text what the speaker's intended questions or points of discussion were. That's because we're all over the place, AI. The speaker jumps between various topics and often switches between discussing personal experiences and providing information on various subjects. Isn't that what you want? You just want me to tell you the facts, or do you want to know why the facts matter? This is why you hated school. This is why everyone hated school. Teacher, why am I learning this? Why do I have to learn recursive functions? Why do I have to learn to solve recursive functions? And then in 20 years, you can look back at your significant other and your kid and say, hey, why do I have to learn solving recursive functions and equations? Now, I'm going to take a quick tangent here because this is what you came here for. Look at this. I have my old chat solving recursive equations. My kid comes to me and he says, hey, Dad, it's 10:30 at night and I've been playing basketball all day, but I would really like to know how to solve this. And I said, okay, well, let's take a look. No, I'm kidding. His mom was doing this. And then everyone exhausted. We had people over. We had people lined up to look at this. And I said, all right. All right, let the master. Hold on, back up, everyone. Move out of the way. This is child's play. Silliness. Let me come over here and take a look. And so what? What is this hot Greek trash that I'm looking at? No offense. Because we just had a Greek salad. We went to this place that had legit shawarma. Are you in Santa Barbara? Go to this place. It's called like Tato or Tato, Tutu. And go check them out. They had shawarma there. It was good. Everything's expensive these days. And you're in Santa Barbara, so that shit's real expensive. We were down there for an appointment, all right? I had to drop off the embroidery machine. You know that. But look, listen to how I asked this. I shouldn't even have said, can you do this? It's the amount of times it's balked and it's getting a really big ego whenever we ask if it can do something. But you know what? I've run into its limits. But I wrote this in. This is direct verbatim from the assignment, right? And like, how the fuck, without any instructions, beep, do you go remember this stuff? They didn't have anything to refresh my memory. Where did this come from? This value, F1 equals 4. It's like they just told you that, so then you can use it in this recursive function. I didn't know that, but look at this detailed explanation. It explains exactly what it's doing and then gives you an example. So much so that I was able to do the second problem, no problem. Look at this. I did this all without anyone knowing. Then I came out and I gave a dissertation on this problem. It was like, hey, yeah, just so you know the difference, one of them is recursive. This one happens to be non-recursive. You know how you know that? There's no dependency in this one. Notice how this is just n-1 up here. It's the function of n. There's this function here. And I was explaining to my son, for those of you, I'm at the top. I know I'm jumping around here. But for those of you that are in programming, the best way to think of this type of operation here, or the way that this functions, no pun intended, is as a variable. I don't know the mathematical term for it, but it's the same idea that you're looking for whatever this equates to. So before you don't know what it is. And, the function of n-1, we don't know what that is. But if you know what n is, the number, and you solve for it, so if n was 2, 2 minus 1 is 1, and the function of just 1, we already saw what the answer was. They gave it to us right here. But if you had quotes around this, around the whole thing, including the f, it would be more like a variable name. And because you could have called this, if instead of f1 equals 4, this was John equals 4, the variable John, you could have said John equals, when you put it in here, right, it could have just been John, f of John. Anyway, ChatGPT for the win. If you need help understanding something, because I know you could go out there on YouTube, you could get the information, you could find it on the internet and dig around, but this was a very concise way to pull it. Now, if you don't understand it, this is a good first step. It's first start into getting it done and helping you remember some of the stuff. I'm out of breath. I'm out of speed. I'm out of gas. Listen to that. But we got it back. All right, that means it's time to get the kiddos up. Make sure they didn't sleep in. But before we do that, let's see. We saw robots falling over. I talked about ChatGPT and helping me with my summary. So, if you're working on your show, you're getting your thing off and going, but it's just you and your team of 13 Jamies, and they're not getting it done for you because they keep getting let go, you go out there and do this. Get it going. And ChatGPT will get you your summaries. ChatGPT helps you become a better parent. Did you know that? I didn't know they coded in Better Parent into that thing. But here's another final thing. This is what I'm jumping into of the many things that I'm into. Right? ChatGPT, we know he's all over the place, can't get to his point. That's why they like me. Sublimation. Say it with me. Sublimation. It sounds cool. Sublimation. This is something that you can get into probably cheaper than you think. This is what you use. What sublimation is, it's a process, something about gases turning into liquids and all that. But, here you go. In general, the term that is used to describe the solid to gas transition and refers to the physical change in state only. Okay, what is this? Define it for us. Why do we care? Well, you know those shirts that you really like that you buy and if they feel real nice, they have a nice beautiful graphic on them, a graphic T-shirt, picture of something. Maybe it's Bob Marley, maybe it's Einstein. Really nice picture. Sublimation is one of the ways that they can get that printed on your T-shirt. And with sublimation, you can use. See what is sublimation for T-shirt printing? There we go. Sublimation shirt printing is a specific process of printing that first involves printing onto a special sheet of paper, then transferring that image onto another material, usually polyester or polyester mix. The ink is then heated until it disintegrates into the fabric. The process of sublimation shirt printing costs more than other methods, but it lasts longer and will not crack or peel over time. Yeah, you can do this on. They may have said this on mouse pads, on did I say cups? All right, for best sublimation results, it's best used with polyester materials. Okay, maybe not cups. I might have thrown that out here. Here we go. It can be used on things such as mugs, mouse pads, coasters, and more. Yeah, no, mugs. That's what I said, people. So, what does that mean? How do you get in the game? And what did I say about getting in the game for cheap? Well, if you roll over to Amazon, I want you to look at this. On Amazon, look at how much a sublimation printer costs. This is one of the better ones, this Sawgrass. I've seen this brand around, but $700 for a printer. That's not bad for a good printer, but that is kind of a higher end if you have an old printer laying around. Let me scroll down here and show you. They don't make it for the printer that I have, but maybe you'll get lucky. Look at this, sublimation compatible ink cartridge. This is for a standard inkjet printer. What these cartridges allow you to do is fill them up with sublimation ink. It's a special type of ink. Now, when you do this, you're converting your printer forevermore into a sublimation printer that can make dope T-shirts. It's not going to go back and print regular dumb reports for school anymore. Now you're upgraded. Now you got your own business. For $18 in ink, look at this. You can't even buy real ink for this amount. And this is going to make really cool T-shirts that say Bang Martin, Positivity Empire, Network of International Stars, Empire Member. We got to use the front and the back. Sublimation ink refill. Yeah, look at this. Now, so let's say you don't have this. You don't have this sublimation cartridge. That's $14 minus $1 here. Then you get the ink. You're out $18, depending on where you go for. But if you don't have a printer, let me show you what they recommend. The Eco printers. You can get these over at, why did HP come up? How did I spell that wrong? The Eco Tank. You can go get these at Costco. Oh, this is how you know HP's paying a lot of money. Is there even an H in here? I guess there's a P, but look down here. Look at all these. HP. They must be paying top dollar to get ahead of Epson. Check out these Eco Tank printers. Maybe I'll get this one right here. It's only $200. Is it really like $80 off? Yeah. These, they come with they're made to be refilled like this. Normally you have to throw the cartridges away and you buy these really expensive cartridges, or you can get them aftermarket that may or may not work. These, they just come with the tank and you refill. You refill these tanks here. But instead, you're going to ruin this printer. By ruin, I mean turn it into a dope T-shirt printing printer by putting in that sublimation ink. All right. So this is the one that I think I'm going to go with, something in the Epson Eco Tank. I heard one knock that I've heard to these. I was standing, basically holding the Epson box to walk outside. I'm doing an open box in Costco, and this guy walks over. He's like, "Hey, don't buy that. It's a huge piece of shit, man." I was like, "What? No, you really?" He's like, "Yeah, man. You can't get them cartridges in the bottom. They don't even sell, man. You got to replace them." I said, "What? Why do I got to replace the cartridge?" That was because you got to clean the thing, man. So I didn't end up getting it. I went with I think I did end up going with an Epson, but it was one with cartridges. And now that I think about it, he might have been paid by the cartridge people to sell me on something that requires non-renewable cartridges. Whoa. Is this a bigger printer? Is this bigger than 8.5 by 11? Or does it just look that way? Yeah, I think it's this. Oh, that's a super tiny printer. Oh, this is the Eco Tank. Price hidden. I was going to say I got to log in. What do I got to know? Jeff Bezos? Oh, there it goes. It popped up. My bad. $700. All right. Well, anyone got $700 laying around, hook it up with the sublimation printer. And that's what I wanted to tell you about. And I got to say, that's all I had. I meant this was going to be a 4-minute video. And it just gets thrown on, man. Chatty Cathy over here. Even my mom's talking to me. She's like, I saw one you did. That was a lot longer than the other ones. I said, yeah, Mom, get with the program. Most people, I'm guessing, can't even see the lives that I'm doing. I do these live streams, and I assume you just see them. But it turns out I'm just doing them. They're going off into the bit bucket. They're just sitting over there on some YouTube hard drive, never, ever to be seen again. But now I figured out I can go back in and clip them into videos. So when we get the team of Jamies back, I'm just saying I've been in a funk. I got a 3-day weekend coming up. Kids are going to be off for 3 days. There's no one crying. They don't want to go to school. And I think maybe take a little bit more time to meditate on this Jamie sitch. I might get him back. You might see him. You might see a surprise. Hey, for those of you that are worried, you might see a surprise. You might see him coming back. All right? And why don't we go out with a bang? And no pun intended. What'd you say about that Friday payday? You got that money in the bank?
Money in the bank. Money in the bank. You know I got that money in the bank. Money in the bank. You know I got couple million, 1 trillion, just a billion. Laying on she's thread counts in the zillions.
Letters of Benjamin's got a minute and a stack of the infinite, like some sinister villains coming unlimited.
I'm fitted and kitted, refracted laces of prism, consider propelling down the walls and the ceiling. Just know I got that shit encrypted in triplicate. Got the coins and the silver, man, losing track of all the commas and the zeros I'm dealing with when looking for the ball. Bitch, you thought wrong. Money in the bank, you can bet it's all lost. Money in the bank, you know I got that money in the bank. Money in the bank. Money in the bank, you know I got that money in the bank. Money in the bank, you know I got. Gotta stream it loud, digital, listen to me now as we turn it up. You can bet shit be getting wild. Got a couple checks, government shit's already spent 1 trillion. Fucking stimulus, paying for the shit like some back rent. Leaving one hell of an inheritance. Shit, got your grandkids, paying for this lush new micro leather couch. Dolby surround sound as I listen to myself, listen to the crowd. Got you screaming loud, digital, watch you smile. Money in the bank, can you feel me now? I got that money in the bank, you know I got that money in the bank. Money in the bank, you know I got that money in the bank. Money in the bank, you know money in the bank, you I got that money in the bank, you know I got that money in the bank. Money in the bank. Money in the bank, you know I got that money in the bank. Money in the bank, you know
All right. Okay. I'll click it. All right. LD, because I know you're on the feed. This one, an homage. What?
Hey,
Huh?
I'm bang. I'm bang. Bang. Going to the tippy top like drop top when it's up and the switch is pop. No, I can't stop, won't stop till I'm at the top and shit. Guess what? When I'm at my best, coming on her breast, got the titties out. Anybody's guess when I'm gonna hit someone. Better go and get mommy a new prescript for show, cause it's a sure best shit. Here it comes in.
When it starts to drip way above the hips is probably direct hand in effect.
Have it for a next shit. She better press the check. It's coming pretty quick. Tick, 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 quick, trip, trip, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Premature. Oh shit, kid, that beat's legit. It hits quick, get that shit online, and 556 kilobits. I'm flying by that dude that memorized all those lines of flows of mystical and bust the rhymes. And I play that shit 1,000 times. Shit, I can direct my own rewrite so I can spit high shit in the ride of my mind. 904 pro by the low when I was broke by scripts. Ordered both of them closed. I was broke, but Nick had gas for locks. Rode down 95 south on rims. I was chrome, only 400 bones. As much as the car that was on high shit. Keep it going out, wild bang pounds on the drums.
Da doo da da da, ooh da doo da da da, ooh da doo da da da, ba 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 ba,